How's it going, guys? Welcome back to this week's video. I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be a real cool addition, something a bit different. Don't see too many of these, but well, I haven't anyway. So first thing we're going to do is disconnect the battery, and then we shall be ready to take the airbag off. So that's what I'm going to do first. Okay, so the battery is now disconnected. Everything's dead. Nothing's happening with that. So the reason I wanted to change this is a few reasons really. Round here, the leather's all worn away. It's really grubby, and up here as well. It's almost like suede up here. It's that bad. The leather down here is still quite nice, but like I say, this is all pretty bad. So there's that, and obviously the Corsa wheel, which is in the back here. Grab it. It's got the flat bottom, which I've always wanted a flat bottom steering wheel. I tried to find one when I had my Leon and when I had the ST. Now, I never got a chance to buy one for the Leon. So glad I didn't, because I hated the car. And they did do one for the ST, or they do one for the ST, should I say. But it's one of those ones where it just looks really, I think it's just ugly. You have the big bolsters on the side, and they're elongated, and they're are just, it's not for me. So anyway, in this video we're changing this one. I'm not talking about other ones. So what you got to do first of all is turn the steering wheel to allow access to the back of the steering wheel. I'll show you on the Corsa wheel, actually, it's a lot easier. In those two holes there, either side, one there and one there, in there is a little tab. You can just about see it at the top of the picture there. So that is basically what we're going to do. We're going to use some flat-headed screwdrivers to try and prise them out, and then the airbag will pop forward and we'll be able to look at the connections and disconnect everything in there. Well, there's my first problem, guys. Can't move the steering wheel because I've disconnected the battery. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to reconnect the battery, turn the steering wheel to the side so that I'm going to be able to get a screwdriver in the top and the bottom, disconnect the battery, and then we'll be able to get the airbag off. That's going to be the safest way to do things, I think. Okay guys, update, got the steering wheel airbag off. I took these off because I couldn't figure out how that actually came off, but under the back, along this edge here, on both sides, and on, like I say, on this side as well, just there's a hole where you can poke a screwdriver through. And basically what you have to do is try and find these clips. Basically you've got to try and push this spring out the way so you can then sort of like pull it forward, but it's fine. And then that was pushed into there. It's green, it's obviously goes into the green slot, and then that went over the top to lock it in place. And basically all you do is just lift that bit up there with the screwdriver, flathead, and then you can pull that off. So the next port of call is going to be to try and get those off, I think, because when I take that off, which I believe is a T50, I haven't actually checked, but I think that's a T50, we'll obviously, we don't want to jeopardize any of these braking or anything like that. So get those off and out the way, and then I'll get back to you. Right, so that's off. I have a problem though, guys, which I kind of thought I would run into. Inside here, this is obviously the wiring for the Corsa steering wheel, and we've got black plug and a white plug on the loom for this. I'm assuming that is going to plug back into that empty port there, which is where that came from. Not that one, sorry, that one, because obviously that's the Astra steering wheel. So I'm a little confused. No, I'm not actually. That is going to go into the airbag. Yeah, that's right. That's going to go into the airbag. That's got two brown wires on it, which I assume is the the ground, because on this one, the two brown ones that ground out there and there, so those two wires are, I'd imagine, just the same as those, and I think they plug into the back of, not that one, where's it gone? The back of this, excuse the mess everywhere, kids, it's not good. Yeah, that goes into there to help that, but the other problem I've got is this has two and I only have one, so I wonder if that's going to throw up a light. I do hope not, but we shall see. I'll get back to you once I've put everything back on and I can sort of tell you what's going on. Right guys, there you can see the steering wheel is on. I'm sort of pretty much almost there. So in here, the wiring loom that goes to the side of the steering wheel controls is this one here. This one that's in here now is the one out of the Astra, and coming off this side controls, you've got the two wires. Now the one that came off the Corsa, remember I was telling you about it earlier, this one, that actually plugged in to those. So I've run it that way to make the circuit, because these little pins run all the way around. So I'm hoping I'm going to do a bit more research before I actually turn it on, but I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I'm pretty sure as well it can either go that way, or that one can be on that other pin there. So that's basically where we're at, and it's pretty much done. That green connector will plug into that one there, and then obviously we'll be ready to turn everything back on, and I'll be able to push this on then, because obviously I can't at the moment until I've sorted the electrics, and then I'll be able to show you exactly what it looks like compared to the Astra. Moment of truth guys, I've not pushed that back in yet in case what I'm about to do doesn't work and the horn just stays on, so left it like that. Basically those two wires I was saying about that went into either side there, that's for the horn, so it'll either stay on or it won't work, something. So let's do this together and see what happens. Yep, permanently on. Okay, so that means I'm going to have to swap it over to the other one. I'll pull this off and I'll show you. Right, so what I've just done is, where you had two pins this side and two pins that side, I'd put both these wires on the top pin. So what I've done is I've took this one off and put it on, instead of being on the top pin, I've put it on the bottom pin. So let's go back to the engine bay and plug it back in and see if it stays on again. I really hope it doesn't. Rah, look at that. So that should mean then that everything's okay. So I'm going to do everything back up in there and then I will show you the result. Right, there we have, that is on and horn works. So that's 1 out of 3. Got to make sure these work now. That was the whole reason I swapped the loom over from the Corsa one to the Astra one. I did forget to say that earlier. So let's start this. I hope the bag doesn't bloody go off. Okay, that's a good thing. Also, no airbag light on just yet. Just the one side the door's open and obviously handbrake's on. Turn the music off so we don't get copyrighted. So let's see if we can get these to work. Yeah, that works. That's going through those. Let's get back to that one. I've just realised I'm going to have to do that bit off camera, so I'll turn the stereo on and see if these work now. So I've just checked and they do work. I've turned the volume down so you can see. If I push the button, the track will change up and it will change back down, and then if I press this one, it changes through those. So if I press this one, that one should reset to track 1. Yeah, everything's working then guys. So that is how you do it. So when you're doing this, all you need to do is change the Astra steering wheel loom into the Corsa steering wheel loom, and it plugs in the Astra loom plugs into these ones, so that the connectors are the same basically. And then when you do the horn, you've got 2 pins that side, 2 pins that side that I showed you earlier. Plug one into the top one into the bottom one, so then the circuit's complete when you press the horn, not constantly like it was when we first did it. So there we go guys, that is this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down below, whether you actually like the Corsa steering wheel in the Astra, whether you think it's a downgrade. Let me know, I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. If you need any information, let me know as well. Hit me up on Instagram. Like, share and subscribe if you haven't already guys, and I will see you next time.